Good morning, my name is Janet. Thank you for being here with me today. We're going to do a 5-minute beginner yoga video. You can meet me in a seated position. We're going to start today with some calming breaths. So find a comfortable position that you can sit in. I'm sitting cross legs. You can also sit on a chair or sit on a block if that's more comfortable for you. Rest your hands on your knees just a little bit back of the kneecap. Make sure the arms aren't too tight along the ribs. Rest your eyes closed if that feels safe for you. We will take 5 deep breaths in and out through your nose. With each breath, try to release any holding or tension in your neck, shoulders, and face. Ready? Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. 2. Breathing in and out. 3. Breathing in and out. 4. Last one, breathing in and out. Let's start with a little bit of movement. Take your head over to one side, stretching gently into the neck. Back to center, over to the other side. Back to center, shoulder check. It's okay if your shoulders twist as you look behind you. And back to center, look to the other way, follow with the shoulders, and back to center. Place your right hand down on the mat, reach your left arm up, lean into the right side and stretch through the side body. You might bend that right arm as you lean over to the side, that's okay. Come back up to center, reach your right arm up and overhead, lean over to the side. Excellent. Take your left hand on top of your right knee, sit up tall, turn and look to the right, getting a big twist. Back to the center, let's try the other side. Right hand on top of the left knee, sit up tall, turn and look. From here, let's move to all fours position. So coming up onto your hands and knees, your knees are underneath your hips, hands underneath the shoulders, and just gently rock back and forth, warming up the wrist. You might turn your hands around, warm up the wrists. Excellent. So placing your hands back, we'll do some cat and cow. So for a cat, you're going to curl your tail, look toward your navel, and round your back toward the ceiling. Now for a cow position, arch your back and look up, dropping your belly down toward the floor. Let's do one more of those. Round your back, this is a cat. Push into your hands, press into your knees. And a cow, arching the back, look up toward the ceiling. From here, let's make our way back into a downward dog position. So you're going to turn your toes under, lift your knees off the ground, lift your bottom up to the ceiling and reach back with your hips. You might have straight arms here and straight legs. If you feel like your back is quite rounded, bend your knees, reach back with your hips, working a long line from your fingers to your hips. This is downward dog. Your feet are about hip distance apart, your hands are about shoulder distance apart, and let's take 3 breaths here. 1, 2, and 3. Let's go back to all fours. Bend your legs, take your knees back down to the ground, and sit in a child's pose. Resting your bottom back on your heels, hands over your head, and head down on the floor. If your head doesn't reach the floor, you can bend your elbows, bring your hands together, and rest your head on your fists. Let's move back to a downward dog again. Hands on the ground, Come up to all four, turn your toes under, lift the hips, and reach back. Now remember, you can bend your knees here if that feels better for you. You can walk your heels out one at a time. We're looking to make a long line from your hands to your bottom, reaching your weight toward the back of your mat. If your back is round, you might bend your knees and reach back. Let's stay here for 3 breaths. 1, 2, and 3. Come back down to your knees and child's pose again. Hips down, maybe elbows down and head resting on your fist, maybe head on the floor. Let's do cat and cow one more time. Come to all four. Look towards your belly. This is a cat position, pressing into your hands, rounding that upper back. And a cow, lifting your chin, lift your bottom, drop your tummy toward the floor. Come back into a neutral and sit down on the floor. Let's take a forward bend, reaching up high, and fold over your legs. You might reach the toes, you might reach the knees. Give your body a chance to rest here in your forward bend. To finish up our 5-minute yoga practice, come back to where we started in a crossed legs position. From here, we take our 3 finishing poses to wrap up our yoga practice. Let's do each of these poses for 3 breaths. The first posture, you're in your simple crossed legs. Take your hands behind your back. You might hold onto your fingers or you might catch your wrist. Take a big breath in and fold forward for 3 breaths. 1, 2, and 3. Inhale, come back up to seated. Palms open on the knees. Touch your first finger and thumb together. Sit up as tall as you can. 3 more breaths. 1, 2, and 3. My name's Janet. Thank you for joining me for 5 minutes of yoga. Have a wonderful day.